No.
My leg.
Oh no! Let's carpet.
To unleash his bowels.
Oh no! Oh no!
And surrender.
Oh yeah. Alright. I think I'm done. Alright, I'm going to bed. That's where I end the night.
Goodbye.
Lifts the page, rips it. It sticks to his fucking arm.
Why do I imagine the picture as his face?
Oh.
He's like literally looking at his arm like that.
I did. That's like what the what the what
What a
the
joke.
Card joke, no.
What the selection?
To unleash my bowels.
Have I not provided ample love to the selection?
for my next trick. That's all I gotta say. You imagine freaking Navis doing something else similar to it.
Yeah.
And then Ryan comes out of nowhere. I should probably start my A-push essay.
You know, Navis, what was I gonna say?
Nothing.
And
I just imagine Navis's like sweat pores just being waterfalls. Just constantly churning out sweat.
Delicious.
His house starts flooding.
Oh
No.
How do you get the kids?
honey, evacuate the children.
Quickly to the cellar.
My babies.
Oh,
Get the selection.
honey, get the selection. Get the selection, honey.
evacuate the selection.
SCP-290. Oh. You know, Navis could be an SCP.
Maybe one day.
Have you seen the Josh SCP?
Oh, have you seen the Josh SCP?
No, I haven't.
It's under constant video surveillance.
SCP-K Navis. Object class Euclid. SCP.
Is to be contained in a maximum security cell under constant video surveillance. If video surveillance is to be breached at any moment in time, Mobile Task Force Epsilon 11, designated Nine-Tailed, will die. There it is. There it is.
SCP-K Navis must be under a certain container with a 50-mile radius from
No,
vertical and horizontal.
there you go. Under constant video surveillance. Infrared surveillance.
Why does it look like Josh is holding like an instrument? Or like a windpipe? Like, you know, like those like pipes from like Ireland?
Pipes
Or
from
no,
Ireland?
Scottish, like Scottish.
Bagpipe?
No, yeah, bagpipes. Yeah, it looks like he's holding a bagpipe.
I don't see it. Well,
I like
like,
this.
hold on. Let me get a picture. Like, hold on. So you mean like? So like you mean like this kind of a pipe here? The selection's being up. There you go.
Yeah.
uh, um,
He looks so pissed off to being recorded.
Well, if we're gonna enjoy the selection, of course.
Oh god.
oh, what the? What the? Send this to Fob. Nevis, what is this?
I didn't know someone's ears can perk like that.
I just
The
noticed.
Bear Nevis. The Bear Nevis.
Is Navis an elf?
He's a Falmer from Skyrim.
Oh no. Oh, I am a Falmor Justice.
I love how he's
Oh yeah,
always.
yeah.
I love how it's just like a gray blob of gum in his fucking
That's
mouth.
disgusting.
And legit, his fucking nose bridge looks like a butt cheek.
Hold on. I just noticed, why is the bear like 20 feet tall? Who do they hire to like get into that suit?
It's probably like 2 meters or something.
You said 2 dwarves?
Yeah.
What? What type of imagination?
2
What's that?
dwarves.
I just realized that, like, if you look at Nasus's teeth, it looks like it's on a scale of like from increasing to decreasing.
Whoa. I hear that a lot in calculus. No. Anthony,
Hmm.
you point out the point of inflection in Navs's teeth.
The point of
Remember increasing and
Oh.
decreasing?
And fluctuation.
So where's the point of inflection?
Like it goes from like it's like it shows like less and less from each tooth until eventually there's nothing but like a black void.
That's why that's why you take care of your teeth.
I went to rate my teachers and put in Kevin Navis, and this is what someone left on there.
Probably the easiest AP course I've ever. I mean, the workload is nothing compared to A Push, for example. He gives a lot of in-class essays. He focuses on the AP exam, lots of multiple choice, a lot of group work. Pretty laid back and a little unusual, but that's not a problem. Tends to praise his AP students a lot and talk about his underachieving 10th graders, read 9th graders as well. All in all, he's a fine teacher.
You know, he was telling us a story about how his like 6-year-old came up to him with his like t-shirt rolled all the way down and armpit exposing, and his 6-year-old goes to him.
I need deodorant, he said.
Yeah, he's like, I need deodorant.
How do I know this, Ramnik? Because you told this story 50 times.
Yeah. As you mentioned about how he's putting his kid into a public instead of a private.
Yeah.
No, this is the type of dude who's like at age 30 still thinks wrestling is real.
I mean, he has like Undertaker and all the other wrestlers on his table.
He does.
He
Yeah.
does.
I
Wait,
don't remember.
Remember the My Little Pony like USB stick that was pointed that was out of his back?
seen that dark figurine with like a hat and like
The
a
dark
Figurine.
figurine.
The
Can you
dark
change my
figurine, basically.
can you change my name to that? Just dark figurine. Like instead of instead of
Like your
well,
role.
it's a battle rave. Yeah, just dark figurine is GCP.
SCP-106. Yes, I coined that term back when I first played SCP. When SCP-106.
Wasn't I like the first person who played SCP?
I think so, yeah. I was
And
I was the first person to hype it. You were the first person that I hyped up about it.
then,
But then you were like, you never played it after that.
no, I only got triggered because like the servers didn't work, and I'm like, what's that shit?
Yeah, but we got our own server where we had like all of us just playing on one server, and it's hella fun.
SCP, we got 0 people.
Navis has these kinds of like figures on his table.
I think I've seen one before that in
Dark
Arkham.
figurines.
Yeah.
Dark.
I remember it was the first day of school for me at Mount Eden, and like he mentioned something about wrestling, and I went up there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you watch wrestling? I'm a pretty huge fan myself." And then we just got into a wrestling talk.
Wow.
So like John Cena is such a heel, you know? Like I really don't like him. He's too
Appeal?
PG. No, a heel. It's like a wrestling term of like someone who like changes character a lot.
And again, the theory is, yes.
I want a donut cake.
Literally, for the past 2 days in second period, we have been doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's just been subs. No work, no nothing.
Miss Cheney all over again.
Did Miss Cheney have a lot of subs? I don't even remember.
Didn't you have a sub for like 4 months?
Yeah, she did, cause her.
I guess that
grandpa
wasn't.
died. Yeah.
Wow. Wait, she left for 4 months because her grandpa died?
No, her grandma died, and then she just went on crack and like shaved her head, went to an ashram, and then came back. And she was like, "We all should meditate. Like,
What the
take
fuck?
take time out of class and meditate."
Okay. Moving on.
Like,
Oh
oh
wait,
my god.
Miss Ching, the person, Mr. Perry, right?
Yeah,
what?
Frostman Perry.
She kind of did look like a crackhead about it.
Yeah. Like, I legit thought that she took LSD or something and then started teaching again.
I remember one time I was coming back from the bathroom. I was in Mr. Perry's class, and I had Miss Cheney last year before that. So I was kind of on autopilot, and instead of going to Mr. Perry's room, I went directly into Miss Cheney's room. And for some reason, like the entire class is just standing in a semicircle around the door. And I just kind of like look in there for like 2 seconds. I'm like, oh shit, this is the wrong class, and I leave.
Hold on, I remember that.
I just make eye contact with CJ and I leave.
I remember that because like on that day, she took us to the back of the classroom and like used peanut butter jelly sandwiches as an example for math.
Oh no.
She's like, fractions work like this. I have one whole, PB and J. I cut it in half and I have 2 halves. And then she just went on from there.
She's explaining fractions to people in algebra?
Yeah. Because apparently we
There
did
are
really
so
well.
many things wrong with so many features of the child. Like, it wasn't like it's actually really sad.
Yeah.
It's just one of the many things wrong with HUSD.
Honestly. Like, how do like teachers get accepted? Like, do they not do like background checks? They're like, oh yeah, no job
Well,
here.
well, the thing is, HUSD is desperate.
Yeah.
There's a shortage of math and science teachers. So, I mean, there's like a
Which
few good
explains-
teachers,
Yeah.
but then a lot of them are just crappy substitutes.
I feel like that's why Miss Brown is like sticking around. 'Cause, like she's actually trying to better the district a little bit by like, you know.
Perhaps.
You know, honestly, another thing about it, Miss Brown could be a really good teacher anywhere else, but she still decides to stay at HUSD, and that kind of amazes me.
Like I'm pretty sure she could be probably making bank at like a private school.
She probably could.
define bank.
Like I don't know, 80,000 to 100,000.
She makes more than that already.
Seriously?
Yeah. I mean, assuming that she has like the same amount of income as Miss Ballard, which would
I
make
mean,
sense because she's the chair of science and Miss Ballard's the chair of math, so kind of similar roles than
I guess.
Isn't science like paid less attention to? Like
um,
less than math. I mean, in that
well, yeah, I
aspect.
mean that's true. Math is like more of an essential department compared
Yeah.
to science, but
I'm still
still.
holding, yeah, I'm still holding out hope for science because like since we're getting some like credible programs and credible teachers, like Arzumanov taking over AP Physics and like Miss Brown taking AP Chem.
Wait, is
Okay,
she
the
actually
thing.
though? Wait, Ramnik, is she actually taking AP Chem? Because
Like,
I heard last I heard like they're still trying to like work that out.
so she said that I'm probably gonna be teaching AP Chem and Mr. Arzumanov's gonna be teaching AP Physics. And
Was this like the thing that she said like a month ago?
yeah,
Okay, because like I know someone asked recently and she said that the higher ups are still like debating it.
yeah, and then she also said that they both have to go through the AP training. So yeah.
But the thing is, when I was majoring actually in physics.
Yeah, like even though when he was teaching algebra, he would always bring up physics. He'd be like, "Well, we could go into that territory, but you know that's more like physics. You know, you'll learn that when you take physics."
If you read the selection, of course.
Like, I think I remember the topic we were talking about, like 50 essays, and then like you're like, well, why don't we look at the selection?
Was it
That's
like
what we got.
there's no hard woman or is that what
Yeah,
or like the other
no,
one?
like you're like, yeah, I'll do it later. Like I think like what 10 o'clock, and I think I was like, dude, it's 10 o'clock. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the selection is like gonna kill you because like it was like a really long selection, I think. And well, let's read the selection, of course, in that voice. And I'm like, what the?
Honestly, I don't remember any of this, but it's funny. Well, if you were to partake in the selection, I dare say.
Like I think you were mimicking someone, or you were just getting a random. It was one of the two, and I was just like, okay.
Tally ho, Malvolio.
God's plan.
God's plan. God's plan.
Bad things. A lot of bad things that they're wishing on.
God's sham. Illuminati confirmed. But what about Mr. Perry's Battlegrounds? See if you read the selection.
Bhagat Singh's Wikipedia page also mentions the Gandhi controversy.